All right, so this is continuation of hypothesis testing. We're going to take a look at least one more problem. I have another one after this, but depending on how long this example takes, I might break it up into 2 more videos. We'll see. A random sample of 10 Kentucky Derby winners' times found that average time for finish was 126.42 seconds with a standard deviation of 2.5. Use a significance level to test the claim that the average time for a Kentucky Derby winner is under 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to need to set up our null and alternate hypothesis. Since we are working with averages, right, we're going to use the mean symbol here. Now, what is the claim? The claim is that the average time for a Kentucky Derby winner is under 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Now, we can't put 210. We need to convert this just to one single unit. So since everything else in this is seconds, I'm going to convert this to seconds as well. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. In 2 minutes, there's 60 seconds in 1 minute. So there's 120 seconds in 2 minutes. So 2 minutes and 10 seconds would be 130 seconds, right? So then the null hypothesis is that it's equal to 130. So this one, again, the claim is going to be H1. The last one we'll do, the claim will be H0. So tune in for that last example. Now we're going to need to do a t-test. So when we do the t-test, there's a couple things that we need. We need this. We need a test value, right, which is m with a little 0 down there. Then we need a x bar, right? So we need, let me see if I can find the x bar. Sorry, I wanted to do a little cleanup. I hit pause real quick because these are the values we need. We're going to do a t-test here, right? So this is going to be a t-test. And so what is the mean that we're testing? We're testing a mean of 130. Our sample mean is well, I don't know what just happened there. Hold on. So our sample mean is going to be 126.42. Again, that comes from right here. Our sample standard deviation was 2.65. And how many sample times did we get? We got a total of 10. Then we're going to go to the calculator. We're going to go to stat. This time we're going to select t-test. The mean we're selecting is 130. Our sample mean was 126.42. Our sample standard deviation was 2.65. And the end value is 10. Now again, I want to stress, I'm seeing a lot of people mess up on this step. We want that symbol to match up with what we have right here. So we're going to select this one right here. Now we're going to calculate that, and we're going to get our p-value. So our p-value is 0.01, right? I almost forgot. So now we're going to take a look. It says use a 0.05 significance level. So is p less than, is our p-value smaller than or larger than this value? In this case, our p-value is, this p-value is less than our significance level. So when I go over here, the p is less than alpha, so what that says is we can reject the claim. So we're going to say, can we reject the whole null hypothesis? We would say yes, because the p is less than our significance level. This number is smaller than 0.05. Again, to state the final conclusion, we need to decide whether H0 or H1 is our claim. Since H1 is our claim, we are going to use the word support. So we will say we can reject the null and support the claim that the average time for a Kentucky Derby winning is less than 130 seconds, you could say, or the original claim. You could use this 130 seconds, or we could say 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Sorry, I can't spell today. Okay. So, let's try one last one. So this one, last one is a new, here, let me move this up. A new nationally representative Pew Research Center poll survey of 4,248 U.S. adults found that 41% of Americans have been subjected to harassing behavior online. Use this information in a significance level of 0.01 to test the claim that half of U.S. adults have been subjected to harassing behavior. So when I see half, I know that this is going to be a proportion test. So we're going to need to do some things to get ourselves set up. First is to find the null and alternative hypothesis. So let's do this. The null hypothesis, let's go up and look. It says that half of U.S. adults, right? It's not claiming more than or less than. It's claiming that half, exactly half. So 0.5, P is equal to 0.5, and that's what we're going to mark as our claim. So what's the alternative? Well, we're going to use a different symbol here. We're going to say that P is, and then I need to, this is the symbol, not equal to 0.5, because we are claiming that it is half. So it either is or it isn't. So this time we're going to have H0 being our claim. Now we're going to need to do some work to find our p-value. So we're going to need to run the 1 prop z test. And the numbers we need to set up for there are, all right, so I quickly filled these in. These are the numbers we need for our proportion, our 1 prop z test. 0.5 is the claim we're testing. X is going to be 0.41. What is going on? Sorry. I don't know what just happened there. X is going to be 0.41 times 4248. So 0.41 times 4248 is 1741.68, which we need to round to 1742. And how many people were in our survey? Whoops, I don't know what's going on here. All right, the number of people in the survey was 4248. So we're going to, again, just to walk through this, I kind of want to use this sheet. I'm going to send this to you. Identify our null and alternative hypothesis and marked our claim, right? Now we are testing our hypothesis. Since we're using the proportion test, we're going to be over here with this P0, X, and N, and let's go to our calculator and plug that in. So we go to stat, we go to calc, and we're going to select stat test, and we're going to select number 5. It's going to be 0.5 again, right? X is going to be 1742. N is going to be 4248. And this time, we need to match this with the alternative hypothesis, which is this one right here. So now we're going to calculate this, and we get a p-value of, ooh, this is a good example, because you take a look down here, this is E negative 31. What that means is that's like 30 zeros followed by a 1, right? So when we run this, the p-value is actually 0. So is 0 less than or greater than our significance level of 0.01? I go over here and I take a look, and p is definitely less than, right? So we would say p is less than alpha. So can we reject the null hypothesis? We sure can. And now here's this tricky part. Here's the one that's slightly different than what we did before. Since p is less than alpha, go back and decide which one our claim was. Our claim was H0. So since our claim was H0, we are just going to use the word reject. So we reject the null hypothesis. Therefore, we can reject the claim that half of U.S. adults have been subject to harassing behavior. Cool. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.